सो फ्रेंड्स, आज की जो ये वीडियो है ये प्रॉपर्टी से रिलेटेड है और बड़ा एक मेमोरेबल एरिया है जिसके बारे में हम बात करेंगे। ये एक्सपो 2020 का एरिया था। जब जहाँ पर एक्सपो 2020 हुआ था। 2020 में तो नहीं हुआ था, वो 2021 हो गया था बिकॉज ऑफ कोविड। आज अब जब इस एरिया की बात करते हैं तो इसको एक्सपो सिटी कहते हैं। एक्सपो सिटी दुबई साउथ के अंदर है और जो नया एयरपोर्ट बन रहा है उसके पास है। इसके अंदर जो मैंने एक कोलैबोरेशन की है कामिल के साथ। कामिल एक रियल एस्टेट कंसल्टेंट हैं और इनके साथ मैंने एक पहले भी पॉडकास्ट की थी दुबई से रिलेटेड, तो काफ़ी ज़्यादा अच्छी गई थी वो पॉडकास्ट। उसका लिंक भी मैंने लगा दिया है, दोनों इंग्लिश चैनल पे भी, उर्दू चैनल के ऊपर भी। इंग्लिश चैनल पे ये वीडियो, जो ये वाली वीडियो है, ये ऑलरेडी मैं अपलोड कर चुका हूँ, लेकिन क्योंकि उस पर सब्सक्राइबर्स कम है, फॉलोअर्स कम है, तो उसके अंदर उसकी रीच कम होती है। तो मैंने कहा कि इसके इंट्रोडक्शन के साथ, जो उर्दू में होगा, उस इंट्रोडक्शन के साथ इस वीडियो को भी अपलोड कर दूं। काफ़ी लंबी वीडियो है, लेकिन इसमें हमें ये पता चलता है कि जो दुबई में जो रूलर्स हैं और वो जिस तरह से विजन रखते हैं। जिस टाइम पर ये एक्सपो 2020 हो रहा था उस टाइम पर भी मुझ समेत बहुत सारे लोगों ने ये कहा था कि यार ये इतना बड़ा एक इवेंट हो रहा है, ये सिर्फ फॉर द सेक ऑफ इवेंट हो रहा है, या इसके बाद जो सिचुएशन हो गई है, जो जितनी भी कंस्ट्रक्शन हो चुकी है, जो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बन चुका है, इसको किसी तरह से यूटिलाइज भी कर सकते हैं। तो आज हमने देखा कि किस तरह से उसको यूटिलाइज कर रहे हैं वो। और इनफैक्ट वो जो एयरपोर्ट, जो नया दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा एयरपोर्ट बन रहा है, DWC बन क्या रहा है, वो बन चुका है, लेकिन पार्शली इन ऑपरेशन है। लेकिन कंप्लीट जब उसको ऑपरेशन में लेके आएंगे तो ये जो एग्जिस्टिंग एयरपोर्ट है ये मूव कर जाएगा उस एयरपोर्ट के पास। तो इमेजिन कि वहाँ पर कितना उसकी रिक्वायरमेंट होगी उस एरिया की। प्लस ये कि ये जो एक्सपो का एरिया है, इसके अंदर जो इसके इवेंट्स होते हैं यहाँ पर, जो DWTC के अंदर जैसे जाइटेक्स हुआ था अभी, तो ये पूरा एरिया काफ़ी क्राउडेड हो जाता है उस टाइम पर। इसके जो रेंट्स हैं वो बहुत बढ़ जाते हैं एयरबीएनबी के। तो उस चीज़ को, उसका प्रेशर को कम करने के लिए अब ये जो इवेंट्स होंगे ये यहाँ पर हुआ करेंगे। उस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से हमने आज ये वीडियो की है और इसके अंदर आई होप कि आपको वैल्यू मिले और आपको आइडिया हो कि दुबई साउथ में क्या हो रहा है। हाफ एन आवर 35 मिनट्स की ये वीडियो है, तो आई नो कि बड़ी है, लेकिन इसके अंदर बहुत सारी इन्फॉर्मेशन भी है। Without further ado, let's begin. On this English channel, I haven't uploaded any of my property related videos before, and this is the first of its kind. I've been doing this on my Urdu channel a lot. Recent podcasts I've done with Kamil, you can see on my Urdu and English both channels. There have been a lot of interest through that video, and I thought why not to make such videos again for the properties. And this is one of the video which I'm making today in the Expo City. Let me introduce you with Kamil, and then we'll let you know what is it all about in the Expo City Dubai. So, Kamil, how are you?
Thank you for coming, Wali. I'm doing great.
The last podcast that we've done went very well. I thought to gain some more knowledge from your insights in the Dubai market. Where are we today?
Um, well, I asked you to come to Expo because one of the points I made was that since your channel is about investment and personal finance, if you want to seriously talk about investment and capital appreciation and strong areas to invest, Expo is the number one choice for me personally right now. Although, you know, I'm independent agent, I'm not related to any developer or area. So based on analysis, this is the place where you want to invest if you're hunting some really good returns.
So this is fascinating place because during the Expo 2020, I visited, I think, this place twice or thrice with my family. And coming here again after 2 years, 3 years time, it reminds me of everything, the hustle and bustle of Expo. You've told me that there are concerts going on. There is an exhibition center as well, which is going to be the main exhibition center of Dubai.
Yeah,
So tell
right.
me something about that.
Well, besides events and exhibitions, you know, what I'll try to do today is to structure the information in the way that it becomes clear what are the strong anchors of the area. Each of the anchors is enough to build a whole community or a whole city around it. Currently, we have zero supply of properties, and it's a unique case for Dubai. We have offices of big companies over here, Siemens headquarters, Emirates Airlines, DP World, Siemens Energy, etc., etc. So you can imagine the size of the companies, number of employees they have in their offices. We have some of the biggest entertainment events. Now we will have all the business related events in one spot.
While we are standing here, it might not be visible to people who are outside UAE, and they might have not visited Expo before So let's go to a mock-up and explain it there maybe.
Just a couple of weeks ago, a new master plan for the area was adopted and approved by His Highness Sheikh Mohammed. And the very thing that gives me a lot more confidence, besides the anchors that I told you, is the official statements made after this master plan approval. So the words that were used, and the official statement itself is very strong, and that gives a lot of assurance that this area will have the brightest future possible in in MENA region. For my personal taste, it's the best place to put your money next to.
Awesome. Let's go to the mock-ups. दुबई की प्रॉपर्टीज बहुत एक्सपेंसिव होती हैं और इसमें कोई शक नहीं है। आप लोग कमेंट्स के अंदर इसी तरह की बातें लिखते हैं, लेकिन बात यह है कि ये इसी तरह से है और इसी तरह से आपको एक्सेप्ट कर लेना चाहिए, क्योंकि दुबई की प्रॉपर्टीज एक्सपेंसिव होती हैं और रियल एस्टेट इन जनरल एक्सपेंसिव है। अभी मैंने कहा कि अभी मैं एडिट कर रहा था वीडियो, तो मैंने कहा कि आपको प्रॉपर्टी टूर के अलावा मैं एक चीज़ और बता दूं कि अगर आपको छोटी अमाउंट के साथ दुबई की प्रॉपर्टीज़ में इन्वेस्ट करना है, तो एक बहुत अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म है स्मार्ट क्राउड का। मैं खुद भी उसमें इन्वेस्ट करता हूं, जिसके थ्रू आप अगर इन्वेस्ट करते हैं तो आप इवन एज लो एज लेट्स से 1000 दिरहम, 2000 दिरहम, 10,000 दिरहम, जो भी आपके पास अमाउंट है उसके अंदर आप इन्वेस्ट कर सकते हैं। उसके रेंटल रिटर्न आपको हर महीने के महीने मिलेंगे। ऑफ कोर्स वो रेंटल रिटर्न उसके बराबर नहीं होंगे जो बड़ी एक प्रॉपर्टी लेते हैं उसके हिसाब से, लेकिन जो भी फ्रैक्शनल ओनरशिप के साथ आपको जो रिटर्न मिल सकते हैं वो रिटर्न मिलेंगे। और जब उसका टाइम आएगा उसको सेल आउट करने का, तो वो उस सेल आउट करने के टाइम पर आप उसको बेच सकते हैं। इसके ऊपर मैंने डिटेल में वीडियो भी बनाई हुई है, उसको भी आप जाके देख सकते हैं। लिंक मैंने डिस्क्रिप्शन में डाला हुआ है। अगर आप मेरे रेफरल कोड के थ्रू इस प्लेटफॉर्म में इन्वेस्ट करते हैं तो आपको 250 दिरहम्स का रेफरल बोनस भी मिलेगा। अगेन आई वुड से कि इस प्लेटफॉर्म को आप कंपेयर नहीं कर सकते रेगुलर प्रॉपर्टीज की जो इन्वेस्टमेंट है, क्योंकि उसके अंदर जो फीस इन्वॉल्व होती है वो थोड़ी सी एक्स्ट्रा होती है। रेगुलर प्रॉपर्टीज डिफरेंट होती हैं, दोनों के प्रोज एंड कॉन्स हैं, उसके बारे में मैंने मल्टीपल वीडियोस बनाई हुई हैं, आप उन वीडियोस को जाके देख सकते हैं। नाउ लेट्स गेट बैक टू द वीडियो।
Wally, I wanted to introduce you to Peter. He's sales director here, and he knows all the details of new master plan. What actually excites me, the new master plan of the community. So, if you can give us more details.
Sure, happy to. We're super excited because it's not every day that His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum comes and announces a new redesign of the master plan, approves it, gives his signing and his blessing. Right, so that's huge. Now, the big difference is that Expo City Dubai now has 5 charming districts. You have Expo Fields district, which is full of sports courts, basketball courts, yoga areas, so much playgrounds, outdoor activities, which are part of His Highness's 2040 master plan vision. And we're also going to have a lot of unique announcements. There's a whole schedule of announcements, like who the top tier British service school provider will be, because Expo has its own school. So that's going to be great. Right next to Expo Fields, right in the center, you have Expo Downtown. What's Expo Downtown all about? You have the new joint venture between Expo City Dubai and Aldar, which is 8 buildings, mostly commercial and hotels. Al Wasl Dome, which forever will be my favorite spot. It's the largest interactive dome in the world. 260 HD projectors, full surround sound. Any event that we do there gets taken to a whole nother level. And all around it, you have 135,000 square meters of A-grade office space. Those low rises that you see all throughout here. And we have some of the biggest companies that have already moved here, which is great for investors because you get something that's called pent-up demand. By the time I give you the keys to your brand new house, you have a line of tenants that just want to come and rent out from you or buy from you at a premium, right? Companies such as who are already here. You have Siemens International, Siemens Energy, Wio Bank, Nestle, which is ranked 68 in the world, is now here. Global headquarters of DP World, Wollongong University, NG. The list goes on, and every month more and more tenants are coming, which is great.
And by the way, during this whole conversation that we're doing, I will just keep a B-roll of whatever we have just seen in the show apartments, so that people would know how does it look like,
Quality.
because quality of the apartment, because the size is important. What I've seen here is considering the premium location, the sizes are good. It's not like it's cramped or small areas. It's usually if you consider downtown, people think about small space for residential.
2 bedrooms here are nearly 1,400 square feet, and 3 bedrooms can go all the way to over 4,000 square feet. So we have different sizes for everything, which is great. What else? You have Terra, the sustainability pavilion, which is iconic. It's also on the new 500 dirham note. And then the new downtown, which is surrounded by buildings. And the tallest tower there is going to be Terra Tower, which is going to be residential and hotel. Then you have Expo Business, where some of the biggest companies are moving there as well. Expo Hills, low density area right off of Expo Road. So you're going to have apartments, semi-detached villas,
So it's that
townhouses.
part.
Correct. And last but not least, we have Expo Valley, which are all the mansions and more villas over there. Beautiful. One of my favorite new additions to the whole new master community is Expo Forest. Over 3 million square foot of just nature reserve, which is, you know how land prices in UAE have been going up astronomically year after year?
Yeah.
For a developer to allocate 3 million square feet just for nature reserve reminds me a lot of Central Park in New York,
Yeah.
right? And that whole land is invaluable. If I have to summarize everything for an investor real quick is, look, we've already invested over 35 billion dirhams just in the infrastructure alone. And in the last 3 weeks, His Highness announced another 20 billion, 10 for the expansion of the exhibition center and 10 for the redesign of the whole master community. That's phenomenal. Right next door, you have the world's largest airport. You're only going to be one metro station away from it. Where are all the pilots going to live? All the people at tower control. The government's investing over 128 billion dirhams into that. And DXB, everything's moving down this side. So it's going to be just a great tourism and traffic generator, which is, if you're a tenant, if you're a landlord, that's what you want. You want as many things to generate this type of tenant traffic. And we have 3 key things in order for you to farm tenants, such as what? World's largest airport, one metro station away, one of the world's largest exhibition centers, 180,000 square meters, where you're going to have up to 65,000 people on a daily basis, which is great. 600 events, more than one event per day, per year, which is phenomenal. And 135,000 square meters of A-grade office space. So you have the best of both worlds there, right? Business tourism and regular tourism.
What I like about this is, well, let's call it anchors of the area that create the traffic and demand. And as I said, each of them is enough to build a separate community. Here we have 4 of them, strong ones. It's like 600 events, as Peter mentioned, in the new exhibition center. 600 events per year means 2 events per day, and all of them are counted as international events. So people need accommodation in walking distance, preferably. That's why they will be willing to pay over the market price for shared accommodation, because usually the nature of these events and the economics is following. Companies are paying for employees. They are not paying them to stay in separate hotel rooms. They are paying for shared accommodations. And given that only 20% of the upcoming developments have 3 bedrooms, in total volume of units. The guys who are getting 3-bedroom units, they have 4 exit strategies, and one of them is to cater the need for shared accommodation for 2 types of events: business events and entertainment events. So it's the only case in Dubai that I know where Airbnb units for 3 bedrooms will be in higher demand than 1 and 2 bedrooms. So another point is, when you have another exit strategy, when you have all these top companies over here, and it's not plan, it's not sand, it's what already exists now, the current demand. You have at least 5 top managers in every company that can afford any property, right? What is the premium they will be willing to pay you for a 3-bedroom unit, 2.2 thousand square feet, in 50 steps from office, in 100 steps from a school? That's the true luxury. When you don't need a car, when you are in a walking area, pedestrian area, you don't need a car, you don't need spend time on anything. You have everything ready. You're not waiting for anything. One stream of demand is the venues in the exhibition center. Second one is the office spaces, and it's completely different, not attached to exhibitions kind of demand. Long-term rents or resale. You have Wasl Dome and upcoming arena, where we are going to have purely entertainment events. So it's another unattached stream of demand, right? Completely different audience. They also need shared accommodation. And the 4th stream of demand is, of course, airport, and not even talking about when it will be ready. Imagine that we need to create the world's largest airport. Who will be here tomorrow? We will have IT specialists, engineering companies, all high-paid employees from all around the world, where they will be staying tomorrow. And all the, all these 4 streams of demand, on the demand side, and on supply side, we have 0 offers. You cannot have anything here because we have only staff accommodation on this side.
Leasing only, yeah.
Leasing only.
This is
And you
leasing
can
only.
imagine it's not that level that is needed for this area. Rents here is for 200 for 2 bedroom is around 120,000 right now, 2 bedroom unit. You can imagine what will be the rents over there, and when these first three projects, the Sky Residences, Mangrove, and Sidra, which Sidra is sold right now, we are collecting EOIs for it. Imagine these three buildings are the first line from the center of new downtown. Nothing else can be constructed because it's fully developed. I mean, the first line.
Already built.
Already built. And when these three projects are delivered, you are monopolist on the market. You put 50% above the market's average for rent of your property, and you say, okay, if you don't want it, you can drive 15 minutes to the nearest second option.
Right.
Or you can rent mine, this is my price. If you want to resell it, you can do the same trick. Like you have no competition.
We've done by the way, we've done the villa. We've seen the villa, and I'll take the audience to that villa as well. This is a huge villa, 7,000 square feet. I haven't seen this because I've been doing property videos as well. I have seen some luxury villas. They are big, but not in the center of the new downtown, let's say. Because this villa is probably not, I would say, walking distance. I won't say walking distance from
Cycling distance.
cycling distance.
Imagine you are living inside the forest, you are cycling to work or to school, to take your kids to the school and going to the work.
While we are looking at the villas, we will go back to the mock-up and show. This is not the exact mock-up, I think. This is not built to scale.
A cross section. It's a cross section of the actual villa. Dimensions are to scale, but you're not seeing, like, let's say, the main entrance. You're only seeing the service kitchen, the show kitchen, the dining room, living room, the beautiful patio area, and how the Shuko system window walls just open up and merge the indoors to the outdoors. And you'll also see the master bedroom, which is located on the first floor, but we conveniently built it on the same floor just for ease of use.
Let's go there and then come back again about this discussion.
So Wali, I'll show you the villa, which I consider one of the best villas communities in Dubai.
Great.
You never get what you have in here.
It's so huge.
Let's start with the kitchen.
Yeah.
You see, it's a show kitchen, and you can imagine the size, right? And even, you see, if you don't need the show kitchen, if you don't need it to be open, you can close it, and your guests will not be actually seeing the mass, the cutlery, etc. So that you have a huge living area.
Okay.
And if you ask where you actually cook, this is not the place.
Okay, this is just a showpiece for the
7,000 square feet, imagine, the size of villa, 2 floors. And this will be the actual kitchen. And it comes like this, fully fitted for the villa.
Okay.
You have Smag and Bosch appliances. You have everything here, enough space to, to cook properly for a big family. And
how many bedrooms that you've told me for this?
5 bedrooms.
5 bedrooms.
This is an example of master bedroom where you have the wardrobe, the ensuite bathroom with a bathtub, with shower. If you check inside, some livable, good sizes for every area. And over here, again, my favorite part about these villas is that it will have so much greenery around. They're actually creating forests. And in forest, they will be building villas where you can feed gazelles and rabbits from your terrace.
Wow.
And to give you more feeling of nature inside, you see that corner sliding, right?
Yeah.
Windows, glassing. So imagine you are in front of the forest, on second floor of your villa. You can open the whole wall, see?
Okay, so this will be...
and you are sleeping inside the forest, right?
Yeah. So this will be open green space once you open the window.
We will show some renders, and there is a picture over there in the living room.
Okay.
So I like this is a hard thing to do. I mean, this kind of glassing where you open half of every wall. It gives you a better, no borders feeling. And you have the same in the living room.
Right.
I kept this part as dessert, You have sliding walls, I would say.
It's huge glass.
Huge, floor to ceiling. You have it opening the full facade. Again, no corners. And imagine this is the terrace, and where terrace ends, you have
The forest.
gazelles, rabbits, birds.
Right.
You have something to feed them, and in this place where you have stones, you can build a swimming pool. And
This
it
is
will
the-
be kind of infinity pool because the villa will be elevated a bit.
This is my question. Yes. So this is elevated area.
Yes, this is elevated,
Okay.
and everything you see will be 2 meters below.
Okay.
So no floods issues, no anything else. So you have where you have this seamless connection of outside and inside. It will be part of villa, and you don't have issues with dust, leaves, etc. coming inside. What I see in Dubai, you cannot get a product like that. I mean, to connect outside and inside, and you don't get it in front of the forest, and you don't get it inside the downtown, the new downtown of Dubai, because actually this community is in walking distance from the main expo area. So
Okay.
I have a lot of friends, agents, who bought villas and townhouses in this community for themselves.
Nice.
If I were a bit more lucky, I would get one for me also. How much would you pay for this one?
Do you want to disclose the price now?
Why not? They have only 1 or 2 left for sale.
Okay.
So it's 11 million for 7,000 square feet with 2 years post handover.
And if we talk about in terms of per square feet, how much does it comes to be?
Let's divide 1,500.
1,500 is a good amount. It's actually nothing if you compare with
Especially given that it's fitted. It's not just a blank villa you get. You get
Yes.
very expensive glassing.
yes,
You get
and it's not an apartment; it's a villa, proper
Right.
villa,
right.
right? So
Imagine where the price goes after all the offices are inhabited, and you have a lot of top managers over there willing
Right.
to pay some nice premiums to get the
Yeah.
villa like that. So it has also a basement for 5 cars parking, G+1, and yeah,
So 1 bedroom on the ground floor and the remaining
4
4
bedrooms
maybe
upstairs.
on the upstairs.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Good. Good. Good.
Whenever there's an event, I mean, GITEX just happened, so
Yeah.
everybody in that side of the city knows how difficult traffic gets on the whole area. Plus, the price per square foot in that area, I mean, it's very high. You see one Zabil that
Check
over
rents.
7,000 dirhams per square foot.
Check rents on Airbnb when events are happening in World Trade Center. They are above the average on the market of 30-50%.
I didn't know about one Zabil. It was 7,000 square.
Yeah, about
dirhams.
yes, especially the one and only. So you'll see prices that have gone skyrocket right over there, and the land area there is now too valuable to have so much dedicated in order for exhibition center. Plus, Expo City Dubai has just a perfect logistic network. We future-proof the city against traffic. The 3 main roads that come to the city are 14 lanes each to minimize traffic. That's 1. 2, you have the metro that comes directly at our doorstep. And 3, the vast part of the whole city has a whole underground layer as well, where all the traffic and parking is all underground, so making it very accessible for anyone that comes to the city.
So it's the underground parking reminds me of downtown as well. They have a lot of underground parking. Is it the same kind of scenario?
Yes, so we are right over here, and so I've gone all the way here, all the way to the Rove, and just underground. You remember when all the rains were happening? Well, in order to not get wet, I would just travel all underground, and that was great.
There are a lot of other things that where you can use the word downtown, because downtown in any city is a place where people do business, right?
Yes.
So if you are searching for where is the new downtown in Dubai, my answer would be it's Expo, and it should be no wonder because it's actually happening right now. We have the headquarters of companies, we have exhibition center. It's like the first line when you fly in Dubai. It's the first line where you have an impression of Dubai now, because you are connected with metro, you have all the events here, you have all the companies to do business with here, you have all the events here, so you have no reason to travel further. It's like, the window of Dubai.
Absolutely. And speaking of not having to travel further, one of my favorite things about Expo is that it's a city within a city. You never have to leave the city to get
Yeah,
everything
right.
that you want.
Yeah.
From the school that is coming up, the hospital, all the events. Just
mall.
yesterday we had Eric Price and the Hollow event, so it was a huge concert here, which was
Right.
great. Today in the morning we had a marathon. So every day there's different events, and that's only going to be increasing. There's not a single residence living in Expo yet. Yet we have so many different events. Yet we have 30 food and beverage. So many companies that are already here. By the time the residences come in 2026, we're going to have hundreds of restaurants and events almost on a daily basis. So you never want to leave the city to get everything that you want. And so being part of such a model city, which 100% of all the energy that we utilize only comes from renewable sources. So we're the most sustainable as well. It's such a model city, and we're blessed to be part of it.
It's interesting that you've mentioned that it's coming from the sustainable. I can see solar panels. Are these solar panels on the building?
Yes, correct. You'll see a lot. Most of the buildings have solar panels on top. Right here in Terra, the sustainability pavilion, just on this area, you have more than 4,000 solar panels. And these solar sunflowers, they follow the sun for maximum energy efficiency throughout the whole day, which is
I saw that during the expo as well. They demonstrated that solar was
Here they
like
are,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, I can see.
right next door. Yeah, right next door. It's just a work of art, the whole area.
Great. So, what are the available properties right now in this area? If I talk about in terms of available projects that you can invest in.
So right now we're at the perfect place at the right time. Why? Because Sitter Residence is located right here. We just started taking expressions of interest, and we should be launching that sometime from between now and the first week of November. So we're very excited about that because you're going to have 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms as well. So you have a multitude of apartments that you're going to be able to acquire. So that's great.
Well, just to add to that, Sidra, if you measure on Google Maps, it's 250 meters from Russell Dome,
Correct.
and it's 600 meters from the metro entrance, and it's the last plot in the first line from the center of the area. So the 20 minutes after the team released the details of new property in terms of just price and size range. In 20 minutes, I got first checks from clients, and they're upcoming, coming more checks now, because everyone was waiting. I mean, since the last start of Sky Residences, everyone who asked me where to invest, I said, hold on, if you compare investment opportunities all around the city, there is diamond, and then there is gold, then there is silver, plastic, paper. So if diamond is upcoming to the market, don't put your money anywhere, just wait. So all that people that that were accumulated, now we are getting the EOIs for that building. And what excites me more is that we will have post handover plan. We had 8 years payment plan for the first 2 projects. For the city residences, we were expecting not to have any post payment plan, but still we have 2 years post payment plan. What it means for an investor is a leverage. Like you are 30% more efficient on any premium you do in rents or in capital appreciation. So it's kind of free financing that government gives you as an investor, because that my perspective is purely investment side, not user side. The rule for investing in Dubai is very simple. Where His Highness puts his focus
going to say that, yes.
and vision, there the things happen. It happened with Burj Khalifa, it happened with Palm Jumeirah, and now his vision, his attention and focus is on Expo. So it's not like you are not investing in properties. You are buying shares of that vision. If you believe in that things will happen, you are buying shares. You are buying, regular shares or golden shares, depending on size of apartments you can get or villas. So that's your bet against the success of this area. And no other area was granted these strong words in official statements saying that this is the cornerstone of future economic growth of Dubai and the pillar of D33 agenda. So everything will be happening here, and the whole area, I mean the south of Dubai, will be contributing 35% into Dubai's GDP. So you can imagine that when you are investing next to growing something, you are growing together with it, and you want to put your money next to government's money. That's the safest investment you can do.
The biggest airport is coming up. The world's biggest airport is
Oh
coming
yeah.
up. So in 2028, I think the operations are going to be moved to DWC. Or am I correct? Or
As per His Highness's tweets, the operations will be moving within 10 years. The exact date still hasn't been revealed. The airport is currently operating. What they're doing is that they're expanding it even further, which is great. And just to touch on your point, I think you were spot on with what you said. I mean, His Highness has that Midas touch. Everything he touches just turns into gold. And he's proven the world time and time again that for him, nothing's impossible. And
A 30 years track record. So if you find any company on market where you want to buy shares, find a company with 30 years successful track record of delivering what they plan, and try to buy their shares. And compare it to buying property and returns you can get in Dubai. So it's like the same. It's not a regular city management model, because you don't have the same leadership and the same management in any city in the world, not changing the vision, the strategy, and actually the same man in charge of everything for 30 years long.
right. And once it comes to pricing, as you were discussing with me earlier as well, I don't feel it's a huge premium to pay for whatever we are getting. So if you can shed some light on what is the price for the available option right now.
sure, happy to. So, for city residences that we're launching very soon, you have one bedrooms that are huge sizes, 984 square feet, and those are starting at around 1.9 million. And then you have two bedrooms that are starting at around 2.6 million, and those are 1,378 square feet. And then our three bedrooms are starting sizes around 1,695 square feet, and those are around 3.2 million starting prices. So very accessible starting prices, especially when you consider the payment plan. 3 years during construction plus an extra 2 years post handover, like you were mentioning before. So it makes it very easy for anyone, investors and end users, to buy into the whole city.
So basically, you were paying 20% down payment, and then you will be paying, let's say, how much per month if you talk about until the handover.
So you pay 10 plus 4%, which is the DLD now, and then within 30 days you're going to pay another 10%. The exact breakdown of the payment plan is yet to be revealed. But if I had to, you're remaining with 50% during construction that you have to spread across 3 years. So I would assume it's around 8.3% that you're going to be doing every 6 months. If it were to follow, let's say, Sky Residences or Mangrove, that every 6 months that we're doing payments. But it hasn't been confirmed yet, but it'll be along those lines, I'm assuming, just following the trend.
And as you were saying earlier, this for the last 6 months, whatever projects have been, let's say, came in the market, they were at least having 200,000 premium from the preceding.
I was talking about the deals that are happening on secondary market. Like imagine that Mangrove Residences started sales at 1.4 million, if I'm not
Correct.
mistaken, for
Yes.
one bedrooms. Now we have 1.9 approximately for the new project. So the time between these two is what is it, 6-7 months?
We launched Mangroves on March 15th of 2023 of last year.
Okay, 1 year. Yeah.
So,
So imagine that it's the price difference between two projects of developer. So this is the gap where people can make money, especially taking that it has 8 years payment plan. And another point for the prices to consider, when you just straightforward look at prices per one bedrooms, not even looking at prices, not even looking at sizes. Some of my clients made a point that there is somewhere where I get this is a high price for one bedroom, where I get the same size or smaller size but for less price, and it's quite an irrelevant point, because to make things simpler, we covered like 4 points. What drives traffic to the area, right? What drives demand? Besides that, think of it as having a shop, an apartment, let's say having a shop in Dubai Mall. You are paying way higher rent than anywhere else, but the traffic and the demand in that place is so higher that it proves anything. You cannot compare, shop in Dubai Mall to a shop in your neighborhood, in the community, of course rents will be different for all prices of these two properties, but the traffic.
Yeah, footfall, target audience is very different. Yeah.
One of the points I also get asked a lot about is when things will be happening, like when the life is coming to the area. And I think you have a very nice point about this picture.
Well, yes. I mean, in 2016, this was all just desert. And thanks to the vision and leadership of His Highness, you can see in just 5 years, everything was completely transformed, right? And then I can't wait for the third picture because it's going to be in another 5 years, 2026, right? Which is just 2 years away from where we are right now, less than 2 years. What happens in 2026? It's when we hand over all the new residences. So the city is already alive now, right? And the city's going to be even more alive in 2026 with all the residents that come in. So as you can see by this picture, impossible for His Highness is nothing. And everything that he set out to do, he's done it and overachieved. So the city is just phenomenal.
So you mean to say that this is 2016, just 8 years back?
Yes.
This is 3 years back, and we knew how Expo went. And now, in let's say next 2 years, it's going to be transformed completely. This area will be basically revamped. So this is a render of what you've just mentioned in next 2 years, right?
Correct. This is the new redesign of the master community that got approved by His Highness Sheikh Mohammed.
Cool. So this is awesome. And Kamil, what do you say if someone wants to give you the check for the UI now?
I will only ask, what is it, for 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, or 3 bedroom for Sidra project, which is, you see, here's the Sidra project, the first line.
Okay.
See? So you definitely want to put your money next to the epicenter of everything in this area.
So I hope people get value out of this video that we have talked about. Thanks a lot. Any concluding remark from your side?
Currently, we are accepting UIs for this building, and I'm more than sure that in 1 or 1.5 weeks, there will be more UIs than actual apartments in the building, based on the track we have now. So, yeah, if you're looking for this diamond option, where to invest in Dubai, you should definitely not waste your time.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Kamil.
welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Cheers, guys.
Done?
Awesome.